I had to take half the steering apart on this motorcycle. You can see here the upper fork bridge, the switches, the choke and the clutch lever there, the brake components here, the throttle cable on this side. I had a problem with the steering. This is a 2007 Kawasaki ZZR600, made in Japan, proudly I say. The problem with the steering was that when I turned the steering to the left, the handlebar on the left side cleared the tank enough so that I could have my thumb wrap around the handlebar, but when I turned the steering to the right, the handlebar was so close to the tank I had to take my hand off the handlebar. The handlebar here very nearly hits the tank. I took it apart and I was thinking and thinking and thinking, and I think I found the culprit here. The culprits are here, you can see. These two castings that are part of the steering and are mounted on the forks. I lined them up. You can see the midpoint of this bolt is carrying through and lines up with the midpoint of that bolt, and these holes here, these positioning holes also line up fairly well. Those parts also line up. I put the straight edge here running next to the handlebars here so you can better see the differences. The handlebar on the left is consistently parallel with the straight edge, but the handlebar on the right is clearly going further and further away from the straight edge. Can Kawasaki Heavy Industries please produce two of these castings that are of identical shape and dimension? There's never been an accident with the bike. You can see the bar ends are good, and there's otherwise no evidence of falling or trauma or buckling or any kind of structural deformity on the handlebar or the bike anywhere. So if this happens to your bike, just be observant and figure out which parts are actually out of straight or out of alignment. The forks are fine. I'm wondering if Kawasaki Heavy Industries could produce me two of these parts free of charge that are of identical size and dimension and shape, and I can do the work free of charge.